Hey fellow orphans of the forest, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Boundless Witch. Episode 50, Too Many Visitors to Welcome at the Gate. Oh, Joker had like a secret veg meal up his pocket. Oh, we got a... They're landing? Okay, interesting. ENI Dino that initiates in 14 days. Guarded by... Scorcher, Militor, a mech birther for pikemen, a mech capsule with something, a centipede gunner, mini slugger, auto inferno turret. We have 14 days to deal with this. Okay. I could call allies or use aid. I have 0.1 days left on the trooper squad aid. So I'm just gonna avoid that area for now and see if there's an opportunity that presents itself later on for me to be able to clear that easily. Like Manhunter Pack or something like that. You know, there absolutely could be a situation where it resolves on its own. Alright, Fang. Jailbreaker. I guess that's fine. Did you just run back into your prison? Oh, no, you're trying to break out that way. Yeah, that's not gonna work, pal. Wow, you are good at punching for an impid. You were. Well, that was an easy mental break to deal with, I suppose. Wasn't a slaughterer, so could be worse. A lot of this rice is soon going to be harvestable, and then what we could do is we can just have the yuck meals on the back burner, like on a separate shelf, for just in case, or when guests are here that don't care about the food. Metal horror risk? I mean, there could be. But when I do the final inspection for metal horror, because I'm pretty sure I know who it is, I will take the necessary precautions. Although with that said, I'm pretty sure Cyber-Eye got in some brawling fights with Sez as well. But if you were wondering about the metal horror risk, metal horrors pop out when you're like about to die, not when you're... Oh, and you need to be fed. So you'd have to have like... You'd have to be like bleeding to death or something like that for it to really be a risk. For them to burst out like a... something creepy. Okay, so some of the finishing touches on the externals for the entity storage. Okay. What are they, Militors? All Scythers. Oops, all Scythers. I think juggling the mini turrets with gunners. The problem is I'm going to have to time it right. Juggling turrets with the gunners and then falling back to have them deadfall trapped makes the most sense. But it's going to be a little tricky because that's 12 Scythers and, you know, we've got 4 traps. So I'm going to throw some traps together. And then everyone else is going to be behind the walls. I also have Insanity Lances, if need be, because that would essentially... Each Insanity Lance that I use takes out 2 of them if I do it right. You know, one that goes insane and the one that it kills when it's insane. Oh, Bulkers Trader. Yeah, I want to trade with that. Moro. Let's see if you can't buy some veg. Yeah, the game was like, I hear you got attacked by mechs. Have some more mechs. Oh, okay. And plague. Veg detox meals. Wouldn't be terrible. It's better than nothing. The problem is they're going to be like out in the open where it's going to rot. So I would like to buy it, but I think I want to wait as long as possible so that it doesn't spoil on the ground. Which is to say, I'm going to... I'll just buy it now. Is there anything to sell? I'm going to sell some chem fuel to pay for it, because I don't need that much chem fuel. And then we'll just try to fetch this before it spoils. And the detox meals, if you're wondering, is clears your toxic buildup. It's a modded meal. Alright, I'm going to even trigger combat command. I think it's a pretty reasonable thing to use in this instance. I'm going to close this door behind me. Animals can chill. You don't need to fight. And then I want to leave this one open for a quick flee to force the scythers through. So I close this one so that my ranch isn't like a everyone goes free type situation. And here they come. And I could have signaled for backup, but I'd rather keep the backup for when I need to clear that, in case it's worse. Known factor versus unknown factor. So all of these mini turrets, I think they're all repaired for the most part. 91. Yeah, for the most part, they're all repaired. I could have gone the route of EMP grenades, but I chose not to. Just because if you miss, it's just not helpful. But the other thing I could do is, like, the third scyther through the door, I can hit as a psychotic. Actually, let's do that one. And have it, yeah, exactly, have it lock up other enemies. I'll probably end up losing some mini turrets, but if I play, like, if I shut them off, well, it's possible we keep them. I'm gonna fall back. Nope, those are going pop. Alright, Vermeer. Have you pop that door open? Now, a lot of these guys are pretty damaged, so they're going to be easy to kill. So I'm going to use the doors like this. Oh, except for, of course, the one that's jumping me is not. It's annoying that they're not, it's probably this gate. That they're not freely coming through the zoning. So it seems to me like I'm going to need to, go uranium mining at the end of this. Keep dodging, little man. Alright, I think that's all of them. Witch. Pair that. Oh no, there's one more. Okay. Down here, we'll put mech corpses. So we can machine them. And then... Witch and Joker, go get the detox meals. So there should be enough uranium here for like one more turret. Yeah, we can replace one turret and then I'll have to go mining for the rest. That's fine. You should be on catharsis. Yep, you are. Just eat, drink. You'll be alright. And there's the detox meals. And that ought to stabilize a lot of the moods in the colony. Oh, that will too. Okay. Well, that helps. And good job, Vermeer, for dodging and weaving around those enemies. Alright. Trying to get back on track, which is just story of my life. Oh god, you're feeding them meals like that? That's so painful. Like, all of those detox meals are just, like, gone already. As much as I believe in animal personhood, like, these fluffalopes are barely paying for themselves. If I'm blunt. But, whatever. Not gonna release them. Just roll with it. We could feed... Well, the animals don't have meals, right? You don't control what a pawn picks up as a valid meal for an animal. So I can't choose to feed them one meal over another. RimWorld doesn't have that level of detail for bills or orders or whatever. So I'm just at the mercy of whatever witch picks up as a meal. It's fine. I mean, it could be worse. Not without mods or zoning, yeah. And zoning would be difficult because there isn't like an obvious... Like if you tried to do a zoning as a solution, it's like, who do you zone out from the zone to prevent them from eating meals? Because then you would need like one dedicated animal handler that doesn't eat the meals. I don't know. It's not worth it. It's annoying, but it's not worth it. Alright, resistance is going down. The meeting. Poggum wants peace talks. Well, I don't have a good negotiator because she doesn't have ears, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Am I out of water? No, block drain. Okay, good. Panicked there for a moment. I was like, I know I have 2 irrigation sprinklers, but I didn't think it would drain me that quick. So we're still on, like, yuck meals. But I think after this, like, harvest up here, because a lot of that is harvestable, we ought to be able to transition over back to veg. Hopefully. And says is finally resistance broken. Do you even believe? Yeah, you do believe in the witch's way for now. That might change by tomorrow, given how things go. So the potatoes are at 56-ish. And then this rice is nearly harvestable. Yeah, we should be able to get off of yuck meals. I'm going to go back to vegetarian, and then if we have more starvation, I'll switch again. That's other map tile stuff. Does not concern me. Wait, how is the lights on, but the cable broke? Oh, the light just connect. Okay, I see. I was like, wait a minute. So I intend for this to be the Entity Supermax. I don't have security doors yet, but I can do like bioferrite plating. It has the petrowood walls. It's going to be very hard for them to get out of. And as such, I'll be able to do things like bioferrite harvesting without much risk of escape. Hypothetically. Suspend cooking of yuck meals? It has been. This is the veg meal. The yuck meals are down here. In fact, I could just delete them. Oh, don't deliver the materials and then walk away. Boo. Weather controller for pay. Blind fog. Yeesh. Infamous widow? With paralytic arrows. Interesting. Or toxin filtration tech. Guarded by Neanderthals. I mean, ultimately, I don't, it's not enough rewards, but it's interesting that they had a ranged weapon, named weapon for it, which is cool. So Sez should be joining right now. Yep. Work. Now, genetic pessimism is going to be a little tough because we're already really, really bad at, like, making people happy, but I'm up for the task. And then I'm going to have them be a hauler. And then, like, these guys be cleaners. You are 11, so that puts you here, I think. Yep. And then we'll do the giveaway. So good luck. They don't have a whole lot of certainty about our ideology, but, you know, it's... could be worse. I'm not sure. We, in terms of like raw fields sown, we should be producing enough food for everybody. But because I just don't get any plant tenders, and I just haven't had the chance to make like an agrihand or something like that, which is stretched too thin to work towards, you know, being able to supply a steadier supply of food, I think. Alright, the traps are back. That's good. And Witch and Fangface are repairing all the explosions. Now, I know I'm down to 2 turrets, and that, like, super concerns me. And I'll try to take the 2 horse claws out to the adjacent tile with, like, maybe Blazing Rock and Witch to just blitz mine through stuff once food gets a little bit more normalized. The problem is, like, you know, maybe even take Fangface. Yeah, I'll take Fangface. The Witch doesn't need rest or food, but Fangface doesn't farm, so I think Fangface is the better choice. Yeah, an Agarhand and a Lifter would be a godsend. Yeah, especially given that we have 3 Pollux trees that can easily absorb the toxic waste that they would produce. It's just like, I don't even have the components or steel to, like, even start a project like that, as much as I would like one. So, if I get some breathing room, like, you bet that's what I'll push towards, but I don't have the breathing room to even start something like that yet. And yes, I know that he has a peg leg. Oh, incompetent cook. Well, you know, says gotta learn somehow. Oh, it's now not enclosed? Oh, yes. Because this is open. Okay. We're good. So just trying to repair everything that is dinged up. We have like 2 meals. I'm going to move the yuck meals to just a shelf over here. Says is food poisoning the crap out of us. Or, yeah, no, crap comes out. Yeah, crap out of us. Thankfully, it won't affect Witch. There's only a little bit more explosion damage as a result of all those Scythers bashing up our turrets. And then this shelf is supposed to be for meals that are... I don't even know how I can differentiate these. It's simple meals or simple meals. There's not a concept of a like, vegetarian simple meal, so never mind. Forget this shelf. I'll just like leave it cleared. It could become a drug. It could be a shelf for like beer and tea once I get beer and tea, if ever. What is going on with you? Ugly environment. Get somewhere prettier. And the raffle goes to Snarf. So these guys were, what were they? Combat suppliers? I don't really think there's anything for me to trade with them, but I'll check just in case. Oh my god. Incompetent cook everywhere. The problem is, with food poisoning, you end up vomiting and, like, losing all the nutritional value of the food that you attempted to consume. So, food poisoning is just yet another annoyance of, like, food scarcity. Yeah. You don't like cold, you don't like heat, but you heal super fast. Interesting. Yeah, no, there's no trade. Oh, well, speaking of drugs, we got some Psychoid. So maybe we will get that shelf bench for tea and beer. Come on, Snarf, stop making us barf. Yeah, you got a second chance. Your original Snarf didn't do so well. So you got a second lease on life. Oh god, speaking of which, is Fangface going to unearth you? I bet he does. Everyone is super pissed right now because they're all barfing because you're making them barf. Fangface, who are you? You going for Snarf? Or Seox? Probably Seox. Yeah. Cyber Eye, you don't care. You'll be the one that reburies. Stay right there, bud. Fangface. Oh my god, you're so broken. Can barely even do a corpse obsession because he's got so few body parts. It's worth noting, it might be I'm gonna get the research going for Bionics again. If we really want Fangface to do remote mining in lieu of Witch, he's really going to need Bionics. He's gonna need a leg, he's gonna need his like arm fixed. He's got so many issues that he's like massively vulnerable if he's ever away from home. And I don't know, as much as I absolutely need the uranium and components and stuff like that, I don't think he'll survive. I think if anything happens out there, he won't be able to run away fast enough. And we could get stuff like transport pods to try to, like, you know, intervene quickly, but like that's often not enough. So you are malnourished, dehydrated, and food poisoned. Yep. What's wrong with you? Oh. Moro, we can't allow you to do that. Slaughterer. And that's because Snarf sucks at cooking. I get it. You know, you just... like, alright, this food is so bad, I'm gonna murder someone. I get it. Yes, lots of stacking debuffs. That is essentially the problem. Ravenously hungry, and mind-shattering pain, and, you know, just, you name it. I've got the... Stop! You... lay the frick down! Moron. I, like, told her to lay down, she got up. I told her to lay down, and she got up. It's like, stop it! Stop it! I'm trying to heal you. I'm gonna anesthetize you with drugs just so I can heal you. That is, like, low-key not your room. Not your bathroom. It's weird that, it doesn't, like, default link bed. So it's Snarf's bathroom. Because, you know, eventually we'll have bathrooms back there. Probably never, but one can hope. Let's do another shelf here and here. So this one is going to be for eggs, if we ever get any. So animal products, unfertilized eggs and milk. And then this one is going to be for psychoid leaves. Have I dealt with metal horror? Nope. I really haven't had time to deal with stuff. Like, gesturate everything, you know. When everything is falling apart, why trigger an event that you don't need to trigger? I realize that he's cooking, though, so I understand the risk. I just realized that having him cook was a bad idea. But, you know, everyone's going to be metal horror. That will be fun. Oh, and it's a really nice reminder of that. Everyone's a suspect now. I've had analysis complete for a long, long time already. What was it going to do? Brownouts? Okay. We need a better cook? Yeah. Actually, Cybra, you can be unrestricted. So yeah, you don't care. So I can do the inspections at some point. I think I'm going to want more mini turrets before that, though. And there's not really a reason to rush it. So what I'd rather do first is to get Bionics and to get people healthier. Because with all the injuries that we have, it's not... we don't have a lot of wiggle room for extra wounds. Like when you're on one leg or whatever, you know? So I'm just gonna wait it out. I don't have any gold pawns now. Alright, I think the walls are just about done being repaired. So Morrow should be working on pushing research for Bionics ahead when she's conscious and on her feet. And then I'm going to have Witch take a pause from smithing to farm what there is to farm now, because we are getting a bit of a harvest. How's the inside temperature? Yep, still cold enough. Good. Wow, you're not allowed in there. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's interesting. Pet hulling. I must have dragged a yeah, I remember when we had the shamble swarms. So I like dragged a box incorrectly. Well, that sucks because that's going to be corn that like immediately gets deleted due to animals. So I'm going to try to grab it with my pawns before all the animals are like makes it disappear. Upgrading the kitchen floors isn't going to do anything. It's not a dirty room, so it was due to an incompetent cook. But you're not going to fix that by nicer floors. Yeah, the infection chance for cooking meals is pretty low. I can take them off of cook for now to limit it, but who knows who it is now. I will once everyone's healed up and I have a few more turrets, and I could just make... I have enough uranium for one more turret, and I could just make some plasteel ones too. I'd rather not, but I could. So once we have a decent supply of food, because there's no telling if a lot of us get hurt and we need to like bedside recover for a long time, it'd be really bad to have a very limited amount of food with no one able to do the farming. So what I'm trying to do is essentially like build up a supply of needed materials in order to allow me to do like an investigation into the Grey Flesh. And rushing it is just stupid. It's just going to cause a wipe. So I'm taking my time because the Metal Horror is in no rush. The Metal Horror isn't going to like present itself unexpectedly most of the time. And now we'll replace this with rice, because it should be pretty fertile. Yep. And that's the food boon I was waiting on this whole time. Now, of course, it is September, and it's warm now, but it is going to get cold, which means like I might lose access to that food boon, that zone. But we should be able to get like 1 or 2 more rice harvests out of it before too long. I'm not going to bother trading with this combat supplier. It's like the 4th combat supplier that came by, and the last 3 we've been like, oh, here's like an old gas mask. You want it? Okay, our veg is going back up. It's going in the right direction, finally. I'm going to deprioritize hauling, because it looks like to me, or sorry, construction, because it looks like to me the projects that are left are just really fundamentally unimportant. I'm going to do the same with mining, because I just want Witch to like haul stuff, or smith. Smithing would be great, getting advanced components. So taking a look, considering all the advanced components, I might want a bionic leg first, and then another one. So 2 bionic legs. Yeah. I would love to get Witch ears back, but I don't trust any other doctors, especially with like the potential metal horror event looming, because you spread it with doctoring and cooking. So much food. I say so much, but we know how it can disappear overnight. Oh, the other thing I just realized is we need to cook more food, because we're like counting the 13 meat meals, lumping them in with everything else, which is like wrong. So we almost have 3 or 4 advanced components. And how old is Silent Rider now? 9? Life expectancy for them is what, 6? Impressive. I wonder how, I mean, you're on borrowed time. That's the Sentience Catalyst is actually kind of keeping you alive. It's keeping your consciousness to 39 rather than 29. 29 means, like, if you got a bad flu, you die. At 39, you have a bit more wiggle room. Reminds me of, like, all the times where, people will have, like, brain injuries and then smoke smoke leaf, and it will lower their consciousness, and they'll just die. Change his name to Methuselah. So we could hypothetically get 4 holding platforms in here, but I might just go for 3 and then have a bunch of like attachments to it. But that was the purpose of that. Clade, leader of the faction, is coming. Oh god. All bow. And we know that like spitting fire is bad. Okay. I am brainstorming here. This is certainly going to be one of those, like, everyone needs to help out. I think I'm going to give Snarf, because he's going to have to kill his own Clade. Going to give him frag grenades. And hope that he aims well. So we got 2 turrets. These impids should be pretty crappy at getting those turrets down because the weapons that the impids have are bows. For a second, I thought I heard breach noises. No, something's smashing. Why are you punching? Dummy. Alright, Snarf, try not to bomb Vermeer. So there's 12 of them. Good throw. Headshot. Stabbed. Alright, I have Vermeer out here because Vermeer is fireproof, being that he's a mech. So he just is the target of vomit. Fire vomit. Which, you back off. Have Joker tank. They're already fleeing. Yeah, it was a pretty well designed defense for this faction. Oh god, friendly fire. Self-tend. And you can stop throwing frag grenades. And then the one that was bashing the walls was this one, so he's not a threat anymore. Cool. These are uranium turrets, so they are not at risk of igniting. They're fireproof. Thank you, Vermeer, for cleaning up the fire. Where are you crawling, my man? Where do you think you're going? And Cyber Eye is like, hey, I don't mind dead bodies, and is like happy to clean up all the corpses. That's funny. You know, this is actually an opportunity for Fangface, and I should be doing this more, like have Fangface go patch and then like kill off the adults for medical tending or medical skill. Because if he gets better at it, then I can start to do like bionic implant for Witch. So this is purely just for the medical practice. Ah, gross! I mean, at the very least, you get faster, so it might be a good chance to tend that, and then have you go mining because you've got Fibra's Mechanoid speed. But, yuck. Oh, hold on. Cyber Eye, you would enjoy this. So, wait, if you can get there quick enough. I don't think you did, but you got to see him die. So, you know, at least there's that. And he was the Anima chief. He was the boss. The big boss of their entire tribe. Well, cool. That could have gone worse. Thank you for being our fire target, Vermeer. Thank you for tuning in to The Boundless Witch, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers like you that support the channel, and all the people that turned out to the marathon. I really appreciate it. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow orphans in the orphanage.